You have entered the Chronic's rabbit hole. And Jordan, thank you so much for your Patreon membership request. You're bringing something that we have done before down the rabbit hole. This is the second time they're coming down. The name of the band is Flying Colors, and the song today is Crawl, and this is live in London on the third stage.
Thank you so much, Jordan. I'm really excited to see what Flying Colors has in store for us today. Jordan, thank you so much for the write-up that you gave us about this song. You let us know that Crawl tackles aspects of having to crawl through bad decisions that you've made or choices that have happened that have made you essentially have to crawl through life in that moment. You shared a little bit about yourself and what you've gone through, and I think we've all had those moments where we have had to crawl through these moments in our life that don't necessarily support us in the way that we wanted them to, but we made the decisions regardless and have to deal with that in the end. I'm glad that we all do eventually get to stand up at the end of it and we're not crawling forever. But let's see what Flying Colors has in store for us with this amazing song, or what I assume is going to be amazing with such a big issue that they are tackling.
Yeah.
If you guys are as excited to be here with us with Flying Colors and Crawl, remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a moment of getting a new video coming down the rabbit hole.
Jordan, I am so happy that you're on the other end of the crawling and that you're making your way up after going through some of the stuff that you have. We've all been there. I'm really happy for that. I'm also very happy you brought Flying Colors back because Mike Portnoy is my favorite drummer of all time. So I'm very happy that he is still performing with the band and I get to see him do an amazing progressive song because he's one of the best to ever do it. And really quick, a funny story. I once had so much weed edibles that I only could crawl. And I just remember trying to get through that night. It was so hard. And when I could stand, I was so happy. So watch out what you put in ya. Here we go. You good?
I'm good.
All right. I almost have to say something about that light effect.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, like that was the real effect that was happening. Like that was the real light show, right?
I believe so.
It looked like it because when they were from afar, you could see like that little circle at the top, but then when it zoomed into the left, like you only could see the line. So it really did look like it was
The lights that were
that
coming
was,
down.
and that was just incredible because especially with the stars like falling on you, like what a way to get you into that moment.
Absolutely. And I really loved when the microphone swung over with the drummer Mike Portnoy there.
Yeah,
And what was his name again?
Mike Portnoy.
Okay, so I did get it right.
Yeah.
High
five!
Yay. But that's actually the second time that we've seen a drummer singing, and
Yeah.
now, and so I
Which is
feel like
what
we're starting
Paulina-
to see it a lot more. But like I wasn't expecting the microphone to just kind of swing in, and it's like, wait, what's happening? And then that anticipation.
Yeah, yeah.
Have you heard him sing before?
He always does kind of backup singing like that for Dream Theater when he was with them.
Okay.
And so he definitely does do a lot of singing. He's never like a lead singer or anything, but he definitely has his moments like that.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
This is softer than I expected.
Yes.
But I'm loving it. It's very well done.
I was expecting it to be this soft at first because of all the bad things that was crawling about. Like, so these are all the somber feelings. So this is great. These transitions.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, eh?
I was just amazed with what he was doing with that guitar there.
Yeah.
And I'm also noticing that he's wearing a glove, so I'm kind of curious about that. And
that style, it looks really cool.
It looks really cool, but I'm wondering what the technical advantage of it is.
Yeah, no kidding. Right?
Because that's the first time I've ever seen a guitarist wearing a glove. But then he's going so fast on that moment.
Yeah.
Not only is he like getting the notes really quickly, but how quickly he's picking and strumming on that.
Yeah.
That was just insane for me.
It's crazy. And the only other person I can think that's ever worn a glove is the bassist singer for Septic Flesh.
Yeah.
When he has the black and then you can only see his fingertips.
Yeah.
And it gives like a certain like it definitely attracts your eye right to his hands, and it almost pulls you in more to the guitar playing because of it.
Absolutely it does.
Yeah. Oh, yes. I'm starting to think maybe it's just the video effect.
It's a video effect.
I was wrong. This is a masterpiece. Making it to the peak of the mountain. I love his effects.
Stars are falling down on you. The stars are falling down on you, and it takes you away. The higher way is down. There is a deeper life that's yet to be found, more than what we have known. You're facing head on into the wind. One day you'll find your way on your knees to begin. It's good, found in the fall. We learn to crawl.
I love, like, if you haven't heard a song before, are they gonna give you something that you can sing along during it? And there was two moments of, like, Learn to Crawl and Stars Are Falling on You, where, like, you could at
Yeah.
least, like, sing and belt it right off the bat. Who was actually standing out a lot for me there, because it was hard to take my eyes off of Mike, I meant, was the bassist. The
Yes.
bassist was coming through the mix so perfectly. I feel a little silly thinking those were like correct light show right at the beginning there, but like it was still such a cool thing to see, at least in this visualizer, I guess, for this. This went by so fast. That was almost a 12-minute song,
Yeah.
and it just flew by. But the main thing I was thinking is we start this life without even being able to crawl. Now we have our son Ollie, who's now starting to crawl.
Yes.
And so we're at first yearning to crawl, where now when we're adults, when we are crawling, it's a defeat technically, and then we have to make our way up the other way around. So I just find that really kind of full circle, and to see that mountain peak kind of at the crescendo of the song.
That really stood out for me as well, with the song being crawl, and like as we were talking about, like having to crawl through choices and decisions and things that you've made through life.
Yeah.
When you're looking at climbing mountains and rock climbing and those types of things, or even extreme hiking,
Yeah.
there are moments where you have to crawl so you don't fall down the face or the side of that mountain.
True.
And so that's where I started thinking instantly, just from, living on the island and the amount of times we've gone for hikes and things like
Right.
that.
Yeah.
Because there are moments where crawling is what is required, and for not only safety, but also just to be able to make it to that point.
Get to that next peak.
Whether it was a bad decision you've made, or maybe it's a tough thing that you need to get past
Yeah.
to get to that next step, whatever the reason is, maybe even a work promotion or whatever, you need to crawl to get up that mountain and continue moving forward.
Very true.
I really liked in the visuals behind them as they were singing the song and playing.
Yeah.
They had the mountain peak with the person standing at the base of the mountain or at its summit waiting to get to the top.
Yeah.
And then they also had a moment where there was like people, or silhouettes of people walking throughout in
Yeah,
behind, but
saw
there was like someone holding a child, someone who was just working, someone just walking.
Everyone going
And
through
it
the
was
crawl.
like everyone who's going through the crawl, be it a physical having to crawl up, a steep slope,
Yeah.
or the metaphoric having to crawl through a bad decision, or having to crawl through these times or these moments in your life that seem too heavy to stand or carry in that correct posture that we're told to today.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I really like what you're saying. The first thing we learn to do is to crawl, and like, because Ollie's doing his army crawl right now, where
You
he's
sure are army crawling.
pulling himself through.
Yeah.
But the amount of times that we as individuals have had to army crawl through life and pull ourselves through these hard, tough situations.
Well, like when you make all these bad decisions and you lose all these lines that you had, the tunnel is a lot smaller to walk through. So you can't even walk through it. Like you literally have to crawl through it when you have no more options. And it, like, I even think of the Shawshank Redemption. He had to crawl through miles of shit just to get out of jail,
Yeah.
right? But then it was worth it. All those bad decisions that he had to get in there, even though he's wrongfully accused. But it's still just like that metaphor of having to crawl through shit to get onto the
Yeah.
better side, to see the rain come on you and to drench all that dirt out of you after that crawl, and to have the stars shine on you and fall on you.
Yeah.
And we all want that moment of the stars when you reach the peak.
But to get to those stars, to get to the peak of the mountain, you have to crawl through shit.
You gotta, especially if it's that bad, but it's worth it,
Yeah.
y'all. It really is worth it.
Something that was said to me a really long time ago when I was going through a really tough time was, anything worth doing is going to be difficult, but anything not difficult isn't going to be worth doing in the end.
Yeah, absolutely. How hard we're having right now with our sleep, just with having a
Oh,
kid,
my
and
goodness.
it's difficult, and it pushes you to your limit. And everyone says you're not gonna have any sleep, and then when you have one, oh, they weren't lying, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And so we're crawling our way through, and we're definitely reaching our peaks as well. And thanks to you guys for raining down the stars on us to make us feel good. And if you had a good time with us, though, hit that like button. If you want to see some more Living Colors, an amazing progressive band here, please let us know in the comments below. I love seeing Mike. I think you can see why I love him as my
He
favorite
is
drummer.
such an amazing drummer, and he's so, like, he's very tight, but he's so talented and enthusiastic.
Yeah.
Love hearing his voice. He has an amazing voice. I also have to call out the keyboardist quickly before we end this because he was phenomenal and his voice was insane.
He had moments of just singing himself.
Yeah, the moments where he came in where it was just him singing.
Yeah.
And he kind of like stole the show for me in that moment. And then to have the guitarist come in doing
those crazy solos,
and then changing tempo right in between in the middle of that solo was just insane. It was like every single person in this band definitely stands out. But for me, that keyboardist and the drummer, those two were just like...
Yeah, they were standing out 100%.
They were standing out 100%. Sorry, the keyboardist and the guitarist for me were standing out 100%.
Good, and then I was keying on the bassist and the drummer, so that's why you get everything in here. And if you want more of us, definitely hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you don't miss any more of Kyle and Alanna. We hope that you want to be part of the End of the Chronic family, but we are now exiting the rabbit hole, folks.
Thank you so much for being here with us today. This was absolutely amazing. Thank you, Jordan, for bringing this down the rabbit hole. Peace and love, everyone.
God bless y'all.
Take care, and bye for now.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more Enter the Chronicness.
Special thanks to all of our YouTube, Patreon, and Buy Me a Coffee members. Thank you for all of your support.